about a month away from your next fight. Vic Darchinyan, man, how's training camp going?
Great, you know, I've been going back and forth to Oxnard, training with Robert, and training in Vegas with my pop, so it's been great.
So talk about the reunion with your dad. Is there anything different, you know, obviously personal-wise, but, you know, in the boxing and the tips that he's giving you?
Going back to school, you know, with the jab, with being slick and being fast. You know, I fell in love with my power, fell in love with the victories, fell in love with my success. Now I forgot what I'm all about. The jab, the speed, you know, not just the power. So we're trying to return all that speed and power and skills.
No one could know you and your boxing style better than your dad, right?
Exactly. He started me off since I was 11 or 10, you know, so he knows everything about me.
And how do you feel about the Darchinyan rematch? We've been hearing about this possibility for God probably almost since you fought the first time, at least 3 or 4 years.
You know, I'm always happy just to be in the ring. It doesn't matter who it is. You know, I always say, you know, I want to fight the best out there, and Top Rank HBO, they give me the opportunity to fight. So, you know, that's a blessing for me, and I'm gonna go out there and just keep winning.
You've had a little bit of a break in between these fights. How is training going? Has the rest been good for you? How do you feel getting back into the training now?
I feel good. Mentally, I'm getting there. You know, being mentally strong and being mentally prepared. But the break is definitely good. You know, get to spend time with my son and you know, lets me know what I want, and that is to be in the top.
Last time we spoke to you, you still weren't sure if you were going to go to stay in 22, go to 126. You made the decision to go to 26. How does it feel now having to cut down those extra weights?
It feels good. You know, I don't have to worry about it. Usually, the week of the fight, I'm cutting down almost 10 pounds. You know, so this time I don't have to cut down. You know, I'm actually just doing the plan. You know, the game plan. You know, and then just being ready instead of cutting down. You know.
Guillermo Rigondeaux has a fight with Agbeko. What do you think of that fight?
It's a good fight. Agbeko, if he uses reach, if he uses his distance and then just keep pressuring like he always does, I think that he has a good chance. You know, Rigo is a very smart fighter. He's a very slick fighter, but he's not too fast on his feet where you can catch him. It's easy to catch him. You know, it's just his body movement that's slick. But if you don't worry about that and you just go with the body, you just kind of go in and then pressure him. You know, I think that he will be a tough fight for him if Agbeko do that.
Okay. You know, you had 4 fights last year. You have 2 this year. Next year, you know, your son's
we've already planned 3 fights already for next year. So hopefully we can get all the victory and get those fights.
Tomorrow, Lomachenko is going to be fighting 10 rounds. 2-part question. 1, what do you think about the fact that he's debuting at that weight and how it might affect him? And 2, he's looking for a title fight. It may be his following fight, which will put him against guys like you right away. What do you think about that?
Well, definitely he knows how to win, and you know, he's mentally strong. You know, he knows how to win and he knows how to do things his way. But the problem is, you know, you don't know how easy he can get hurt inside that ring. You know, he doesn't know what the experience of being a professional fighter. And that might be the downfall of pushing him too fast. But you know, he knows what he's doing. He is a great fighter. He knows how to win, and he just got to go with that skill. You know, but again, you know, the experience is one key to becoming great.
How about the smaller gloves? Just the way you get hit. That's what Rigondeaux was saying. Coming right out of the amateur.
That's what I'm saying. Like coming down to the amateurs, yeah. When you get hit with the big pro, with the pro fight or pro gloves, you know, even the guy with no power can rock you. So, you know, that's something that you know he needs to learn. But a great fighter like him, an elite fighter, usually know how to act and just go with it.
Hey, Nonito Donaire, we saw you ringside. I'm taking pictures.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit different watching it that way, but how did you have the Bradley Marquez fight scored?
Like you said, I was behind the camera, and we're always looking for that big punch, you know, as a photographer. So to me, looking behind the camera, I saw that Marquez landed the clear puncher, the harder puncher, but then I did see Bradley moving around, boxing, and just being smart with it. You know, being a photographer is different. It's different when you see it. But yeah, every round to me felt like, you know, a lot of the rounds were like close. You know, I thought that the fight was really close. But again, I'm behind the camera, so you know, I can't really say for certain. I'm gonna go back and see the fight and see how it is.
As a fan,
Would you personally rather see a rematch of this fight or a rematch of Bradley and say Pacquiao, since that fight was so controversial the first time?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, it could go either way. I mean, this fight, you know, those guys, it's tactical, but it was still entertaining. You know, but of course, you know, when you have Pacquiao, it's a different story. He's a offensive beast.
How did you see Bradley there as a boxer, the technical fight that he gave? You know, they were looking for him to be more disciplined, certainly he looked like that. What was your take on his boxing ability tonight?
He did well. He did well. He moved well. You know, he was moving around, rolling, you know, with the punches and stuff like that. I mean, he get hit. When he got hit, he wanted to fight in there, but then he realized, oh, this is not my fight. You know, and he tried to change that tactic, but he did well. You know, I've known Bradley since I was like 12, so I know how he fights, and he's always been able to box. He's always been a good boxer, and he showed it today. You know,
how do you think?
moving around.
How do you think Marquez looked? I mean, everyone's making he's 40 years old.
Marquez looked like he was 30. You know, he still has, I mean, yeah, there's a time when he looked like he was holding his punches and he wasn't going through, or it took time, you know, but that's just Marquez. That's how he punched. You know, he punched wide, so there's you know, there's a way of throwing his punches, but he you know, I mean, yeah, you can say that he is getting older, but you know, he looked powerful still. You know, he's still a person to be reckoned with in this division.
How about you with your next fight now? What are we going to look for?
You know, we're training hard. We're trying to go back to who I was. You know, a person who's smart, a person who's fast. You know, so that's what we're trying to do. And then that, you know, like the problem with me was, you know, the muscle memory wasn't there anymore. You know, when I'm throwing combinations. So every time I had in my mind when I'm throwing combination, it's not pulling. Only power would come out. So we're trying to return that and get that going. The combination, the smart way of fighting.
You know what, we asked you about Lomachenko before the fight. Now that you got to see him, what did you think of his fight?
Actually, I missed it, man.
Oh, did you miss that one?
I missed that
one, okay.
Yeah, I missed it. But I heard great things about him, and you know, that's a pro debut, right?
Yeah.
Did you get to see the Salido Cruz fight? How
I
did. You see
I was
Salido?
there. Salido's an incredible fighter, man. You know, just thinking about it makes me wanna, you know, because I'm excited. You know,
to be a future opponent for you.
Yeah, you know, me and Salido, I have great respect for Salido. He's a great fighter. He's a strong fighter, and you know, he holds the belt that you know, I gotta get past Darchinyan first. But I think that's a great fight with Salido.
Were you surprised that Cruz took so many shots? He was getting hit pretty clean almost every single round.
Cruz was a tough SOB. He was a tough SOB. You know, regardless what he wore, but he was a tough SOB. You know, he you know, he showed a lot of heart, and you know, and that goes to show that no matter who you are, when you're in there, you're a fighter.
All right, let's wrap it up, man. November 9th, what are the fans going to see?
You guys going to see something different. You know, I'm going to try to see something different, power and speed. Hopefully I can bring something good to you guys.
Hey, show off your Spanish skills a little bit here. Un saludo para la gente hispana.
How you say it?
Greeting for the Spanish people.
My Spanish is rusty, bro. You know, hola, ¿qué pasó?
There you go.
Me llamo Nonito. Soy, you know, but I just want to thank my Latino my fans, you know, my Latin fans, Mexican fans, American fans, all my boxing fans. Muchas gracias, and hopefully to see you guys in November 9th. So check it out. Gracias.